Good afternoon. My name is Andy Hallman. We'll hear who made the all-union wrestling team a little later on, but first, today's top stories. The Mount Pleasant Area Chamber of Commerce Alliance announced last year's Volunteer of the Year, Bob Griffith, as this year's Citizen of the Year at its annual banquet dinner celebrating the Mount Pleasant community last Thursday night. Surrounded by festively decorated tables and an atmosphere of celebration, Chamber Executive Vice President Rachel Lindeen described the Citizen of the Year as an individual that has lived a life of service. Lindeen introduced the Citizen of the Year as someone who could be found volunteering at many community events involving Midwest Old Threshers, Festival of Lights, Main Street and Chamber of Commerce, working at the courthouse on Election Day, serving on city council, and being a proud Rotarian. Griffith said the sentiment of gratitude went both ways between the community and himself, saying the Citizen of the Year award rightly belongs to everybody. Griffith said Mount Pleasant meant so much to him and that the city is his home and his life. As well as recognizing Griffith, the chamber also recognized Mark Hempen as the Volunteer of the Year. Hempen comes out at many chamber events, such as the ribbon cutting ceremonies, Alive After Fives, helping with crafts in the park setup, and being an MC. The Ambassador of the Year award went to John and Janet Roderer, and the Community Impact Award went to St. Alphonsus Church. Mere months away from its 100th anniversary on May 24th, the Washington YMCA indoor pool is now permanently closed. The organization broke the news on Friday. YMCA of Washington County CEO Amy Schulte said the damage from burst pipes in January was simply too much to repair without breaking the bank at a price point of roughly $200,000. The Y is planning to open a new aquatic center a few blocks north of the old one in downtown Washington. Schulte said the Y extended its sincere gratitude to everyone who frequented the pool, now waiting for the new center to open in September. While the news caused some disappointment in the community, she said that the facility's regular guests saw it coming. The facility has long stood as an iconic amenity for the city of about 7,000 people. Generations of community members recall swimming at the pool with their parents, who have similar memories from their own youth. Many have marked countless laps as members of the Washington Water Sharks, the local Y's swim team, first chartered in 1955, while others boast of the physical and social benefits of aqua aerobics programs at the facility. The amenity became something of a maintenance technician's nightmare in its last decade of operation. Aging equipment made sudden, temporary closures more frequent than ideal. Swimmers said the trend was frustrating, despite deeply held nostalgia for the only indoor pool in Washington County. The pool first closed its doors on January 2nd of this year due to an unspecified equipment failure. The closure was extended indefinitely later that month after freezing cold weather burst some of the building's pipes, breaking its boiler and much of the equipment used to pump water into the pool. While some parts of the building still have heat and running water, such as the 1963 and 1984 additions, Schulte said the gymnasium, pool area, and old game room do not. With so many systems offline, major investments to reopen the soon-to-be obsolete parts of the building are out of the question for the Y. Still, Schulte said demolition wasn't inevitable for the structure. The organization tentatively hopes to sell its old building to someone interested in repurposing it. Car burglaries and vehicle thefts by juveniles in Henry County have led to arrests, questions about suspect transportation, and reminders for residents to lock up their vehicles. According to a news release from the Mount Pleasant Police Department, on Wednesday, March 20th, shortly after 12:30 a.m., police were informed that a truck was stolen from the 1300 block of East Haynes Court in Mount Pleasant. The news release stated that a juvenile from Cedar Rapids turned herself in as she had been separated from the other juveniles that had stolen the truck. An investigation then determined that a group of juveniles from Cedar Rapids and Mount Pleasant had stolen the truck, gone to Winfield, broken into and burglarized multiple vehicles, then stole a car from Winfield and returned to Mount Pleasant. Law enforcement located both stolen vehicles in Mount Pleasant around 7:45 a.m., and after processing them, they were returned to their rightful owners. The juvenile, which turned herself in, was charged with theft in the first degree, a Class C felony, and transported to a facility in Cedar Rapids. Additionally, the female juvenile identified herself along with Tyler Ward, 17 in Mount Pleasant, as an offender in this incident. Ward was also charged with theft in the first degree. Not all other suspects were located, and the investigation is currently ongoing. Mount Pleasant Police Department anticipates more charges are coming. Schools in Jefferson County have begun participating in a new program called Handle with Care, which alerts educators to students who are going through a tough time. Fairfield Community School District Support Specialist Augustine Griffin Harless is the primary point of contact for the program's Jefferson County chapter, which covers Fairfield Schools, Maharishi School, Pekin, and Singing Cedars. The purpose of the program is to inform teachers and administrators about students dealing with challenges in their personal life, so they will know to be patient with that student. All Handle with Care notifications go to Harless. If the student is in the Fairfield School District, Harless will notify that student's teachers, counselors, and principal. If the student attends one of the other schools in the county, Harless will notify the designated point of contact at that school. Harless said he understands that teachers are trying to be as understanding as they can with all students, and that the Handle with Care program simply seeks to alert them to students who need a little extra patience. Those interested in submitting a Handle with Care notice can email jchandlewithcare@gmail.com. The Fairfield Area Chamber of Commerce is welcoming 3 new members to the Chamber Board of Directors, plus a newly elected president. At the annual board retreat, Denise Hall with Fairfield Dental Clinic was selected to be the president of the board for 2024. Jonine Parker, a trustee at Jefferson County Health Center, is president-elect and will begin her term as president in January of 2025. Additionally, Ryan Swanson of Pilot Grove Savings Bank and Jason Davis of Agra Industrial Plastics have joined the Chamber Executive Board. Michael Parker of Traffics Devices is the Chamber's immediate past president. Carrie Lathrop of Cambridge Investment Research has started her first term after finishing out the term of another member. Megan Coffin of Community First Credit Union, Josh Hyde of Fairfield Tire and Service, and Amy Vetter of Jefferson County Health Center all began their first 3-year board terms in January. Those are today's top stories. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, we'll hear who made the all-union wrestling team.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Welcome back to Newsbreak. I am your sports editor, Andy Krutzinger, for your sports report for Tuesday, March 26th of 2024. We've had a little bit of spring sports action. The Steve Roth Relays were in Washington on Thursday. Early start, 2 p.m. start to the Steve Roth Relays, a boys track and field meet. And we had a lot of athletes running at that. So I'm just going to run through some of our area winners. First, for the hosting Demons, Mr. Micah Reese was the 1,600-meter run champion. And Josh Anderson, a double winner in the 200-meter wheelchair and the 100-meter wheelchair event. Actually, I'm going to give top twos here. Micah Reese, also the 3,200-meter winner for the Demons. Mount Pleasant had a second place. He was the second place in the 32. Mount Pleasant had a second place finisher, Avon Trong, in the long jump. We had Fairfield in Class B with 3 wins. Ryan Giberson is your high jump champion. Hayden Allison, your shot put champion. 1,600-meter relay. gets first as well, and Caden Allison gets second in the discus for the Trojans. How about the Columbus Wildcats coming off their second place finish at state? They had 7 first place finishes. Caden Amagon wins the 100, wins the long jump. Russell Coyle wins the shot put, wins the discus. Alexander Reese, the champion in the 110-meter hurdles, this is in Class C, by the way. 4x1 and the shuttle hurdle relay all win. Lamar Cient, 110-meter hurdle silver medalist, and Amagon gets second in the 200. The Waco Warriors get a second place finisher from Loudon Hasengate, and the high jump, the Winfield Mount Union Wolves. First place in the 800-meter run from Colby Newsom. Jake Edwards takes the high jump. Shaden Adams takes the 400-meter. Gabriel Hemsworth takes the 400-meter hurdles. The sprint medley relay wins. And in second place, you got the Winfield Mount Union 4x8, 1,600-meter relay. That's the distance. 4x4, all second place for the Wolves. No top twos for Highland. Caden Day in the 200-meter was their best individual finish. The 800-meter relay also got second, or got eighth. Those are two eighth-place finishes. Kyoto had one fourth-place finish. The shuttle hurdle relay. We are now officially in track season. There was supposed to be some track in West Burlington last night and tonight. Both canceled because of weather. We have released our all-union boys wrestling team. Girls will be coming on next time around on Thursday, so you hear about it next news break. Making our 2024 all-union boys wrestling team, which it is roughly one wrestler per weight class. First off, Coach Steve Miller of Fairfield is our Coach of the Year. Our captain is state runner-up Russell Coyle of Columbus WMU at 285. 106, Cale McCabe, another state runner-up at Fairfield. 113 is Gage Samo, state place winner at 113. Luke Guzman of Highland is our 120 wrestler. Ty Scorpel of Columbus WMU. Aaron Boone of Washington. Caden Greiner of Washington. Zandrick Allison of Fairfield. Lane Schrock of Washington. Kason Miller of Fairfield. Kason Doppler of Columbus WMU. Dane Burkhart of Fairfield. Loudon Hasengate of Waco. And Dre Smithberg of Fairfield rounds out your all-union boys wrestling team for this year. We're into the Sweet 16 in the NCAA men's and women's tournament. A lot of chalkiness, not a lot of upsets, but we're going to tell you who's winning our Southeast Iowa Union Sports Talk Bracket Challenge. On the men's side, local sports editor Hunter Moeller is leading with 500 points, and Mount Pleasant Community High School principal Mike Wilson right on his tail, 490 points. Last place right now is Andrew Holtkamp with only 200. In the women's group, we have first place, local show producer, who works at the Southeast Iowa Union. Alex Snyder is first place in our women's bracket challenge with 570 points. Second place is local math teacher and wife, Sarah Kretzinger, with 550 points, 20 points back of Mr. Snyder. And in last place with 400, Mr. Andrew Holtkamp. We got a lot of action to go in the tournament challenges, though. Kicks back off on Thursday. And we'll have some updates for you next week. So 2 news breaks from now. That's all we got for the sports report. When we get back, Alex has some obituaries for you.
Federation Bank is a locally owned bank providing award-winning customer service. We believe that we are more than just a federation of banks, but a federation of communities, serving Brighton, Richland, Wellman, and Washington, Iowa. Federation Bank's highly skilled staff is here to make sure you are able to accomplish your personal and professional goals, whatever they may be. Federation Bank, your family bank.
Hello and welcome back to Newsbreak. It is now time for your obituaries. Dennis Hartman of Washington passed away on March 22nd at the age of 74. A visitation will be held March 30th from 2 to 4 p.m. at the Jones and Union Funeral Home in Washington. Thomas Tom Stewart of Iowa City passed away on March 21st at the age of 82. A gathering of friends and family will be held from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. March 26th at the Gay Encina Funeral Home and Cremation Services. Lola Emma Zillman Tabert of Fairfield passed away on March 21st at the age of 96. Kenneth Michael Yoder of Washington passed away on March 22nd at the age of 22. A funeral service will be held at 10 a.m. March 27th at the Sugar Creek Mennonite Church in Wayland. Tammy Jo Wellington of Burlington passed away on March 24th at the age of 56. Ralph J. Schronobellen of Riverside passed away on March 19th at the age of 86. A funeral mass will be held at 10 a.m. on April 12th at St. Mary's Catholic Church in Riverside. William Ed E. Shepard of Washington passed away on March 22nd at the age of 79. His funeral service will be held March 27th at 11 a.m. at the Benny Funeral Home in Washington. That is your news from Southeast Iowa. I've been your Stock Snyder. This has been your news break, and I will see you next time.